You know, I'll analogize it to this. Let's imagine that you go to a cocktail party and you happen to be standing in line, at the bar or something. You happen to be standing in line behind somebody who you know to own a successful business in your town. And this person is not a client of yours. If you walked up to that person and said, "Hi, I sell life insurance. Want to buy some?" Is that going to be an effective approach? I think most people would say no, not very. And why isn't that an effective approach? What are you perceived by your prospect? As a product pusher. And I hate to say it, and I think the fact that you're here in an environment like this means you're, no matter how many years you've been in the business, you're still expanding your horizons, you're still learning new things, which is great, which is the hallmark of kind of the top of the table people, as opposed to the people who wash out after 3 or 4 years. But the strategy used by most people in financial services is that of a product pusher. These are the products I sell, want to buy some. If somebody wanted to buy life insurance, they'd go out and buy it. They don't like product pushers. They need to understand how you're going to solve a problem for them. And if you can show them that they've got a problem that they haven't thought about, that puts you right up at the top of their pantheon of advisors. Why is it, do you suppose, that in survey after survey, the advisor who is held in the highest regard, the highest level of trust by business owners, is what profession? Is it insurance? Is it lawyers? Is it CPAs? It is CPAs. Study after study suggests that the CPA is more likely to be the most trusted advisor by business owners than any others. What is it that most CPAs, even today, don't sell? Any product. They do not sell products. And I think there's a direct connection. If you sell a product, you're perceived as that. If you don't sell a product, particularly if you get insight into the owner's compensation and kind of financial secrets, you're held in a level of high regard. So think about how you would be perceived if you go to that, take the same thing. You wouldn't exactly do this in a cocktail party scenario, but let's imagine you were standing next to that business owner who you know to be successful and you have no relationship with that person. Here's kind of an extreme way, and if you have chutzpah, you could actually use this approach. You could go up to that person and say, I gotta say, we haven't met. I'm, so-and-so. I've seen your picture in the paper. I know that you own this great business in town. Congratulations. You must be very proud. So the person will say, well, gee, thanks. Have you ever wondered how much your business is worth? Something like that. How much do you think your business is worth? Now, sometimes the owner might say, I'm not recommending this as a strategy, but the owner could say, none of your damn business. But you know what? It's amazing how rarely I would think that would be the response. I would think the response is going to be, in a whole lot of cases, an interesting question. After all, this is where the owner spends 14 hours a day. Nobody's asked them about this question. Not the attorney, not the CPA, not the insurance agent. Nobody. And it happens to be the hottest of the hot buttons for this person, particularly if they're of a certain age. Particularly if they're 55, 60, 65, a little gray in the temple. Because what is that person thinking about? They're thinking about retirement. Just like Brian was saying, they're thinking about retirement. And this business is the bulk of their nest egg. Now, I want to talk about one other thing, and then I'd be happy to take questions. So far, what we've been talking about is using the valuation issue as a way to engage with business owners. And that's all great. How many of you are consistently getting productive referrals from CPAs, from attorneys, from property and casualty agents? Show of hands. Okay, only a few of you are raising your hands. How many of you would like to get really productive referrals from those people? Everybody.